Okay. Let me adjust this camera a bit. So Sprig has had at least half an hour to settle in. She's had a big meal. She's really enjoying her food. She's still very curious. She's still eating. She's a little greedy girl. I think probably they're just giving them pellets at the store. And this is, I'll show you the mix in a minute. It's definitely mouse food, so it's safe for her. But it's got different seeds and nuts and grains and stuff in it. So they really like that because Poppy and Acacia won't eat the pellets at all. So I got something a little bit different. But now that she's settled in some, I'm going to try handling her a little bit. And we'll see how that goes. Now at the pet store, the lady just kind of scooped up by the tail. I really don't like to pick them up by the tail. Sorry to bother you while you're eating, sweetie. By the way, this is her food mix. So it's got different, and it's got some of those pellets in here too, which is good. But they seem to really like the nuts and the seeds and everything, and I think this is like dried fruit. So they really like that. Are you gonna hide back there in your hide? So at the store, they pick them up by the base of the tail, which is technically safe for them, but I really don't like to do that. So I'm gonna try petting her. Now this is how Acacia is. She's very, very skittish. So I'm gonna try to just scoop her with my hands, which is what I do with, poor little thing, are you scared? This is what I do with the others. Well, she's very skittish now. Are you very skittish? I might not do it right now. And now she's pooping. That's one way to get me to stop. Poor little thing. She's been at her food, so I don't really think tempting her with a treat will do much, since it's the same food that's been in her jar already. Peanut butter works really well. If she's like my other two, they really like peanut butter. And she's doing the squinty eye thing. I don't know if you can see her eyes, but she's doing the squinty eye thing like Acacia does when she's really scared. Are you too scared for handling, sweetie? She's curious. Check out my hand. Go ahead and get my scent. I envy the people that say that they get a mouse from the pet store and it just runs right onto their hand and is very friendly. I've not had that experience. It's okay. It's okay. You got fluff on your nose. Poppy used to do the same thing when she was new. She would shove all the bedding on top of my hand. Poor sweetie. Poor sweetie. What's in your cage? I'll try one more time in a minute to scoop her up, but I'm not going to force her too much, because it's just not worth stressing her out. And if it doesn't happen today or next week or anything, then that's okay. What I read or saw in a video is that sometimes when they do that with the bedding, it's to kind of blend their scent in with yours and it makes them feel better. Is that what you're doing? Probably in about another half hour, once she's settled down, then I'll bring Poppy in and we'll see how that goes. There she is. I had her for a minute. Oh, a little nip. You don't like that, huh? Okay, I'm not gonna force her. She's too scared. Here, have your hide back. I see you peeking. So she's too scared for handling right now, and that's okay. When I first got the others a year ago, Bramble was very nippy for a long time. Probably about 6 months, she would still nip. And it doesn't hurt. It's like they barely touch you with their teeth, but you can just kind of feel it. So when they do that, I'm like, okay, I can take the hint. It's time to back off. You know how to stand up for yourself. I want to put her hide back partially under her bedding so she can really feel secure in there. That's how I had it before. There we go. And now she's got a little cave. So I'll give her some space. Oops. And then when she's calmed down, I'll try bringing them coffee. Not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I've watched many videos, and there usually is a lot of nipping and squeaking, and it sounds really bad. It sounds like they're killing each other, but if you watch up close, on a lot of those videos, the mouse that's making all the noise and squeaking and act like she's being torn apart is really not even being touched, because the other mouse will just be walking past her close by, or like the other mouse will brush her tail or something with their tail, and she squeaks and squeaks and screams bloody murder. So they say even if there is nipping, it usually resolves in a few seconds. It sounds really bad, it sounds really scary, it looks scary, but they kind of have to do that to establish a pecking order and figure out who's going to be top mouse. But it's good that I have this extra tank, because this way, if there are problems and if it goes slow, I can isolate her by herself, like at night when I can't watch them, or if I'm leaving the house and I can't keep an eye on them, I can just put her back in this tank and everybody's safe and happy. So we'll see how this goes later.